Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Smith's Kitchen. Brian, Mr. Smith Kitchen. And today, being Thursday and all, I thought we would do a pie, a really easy pie. We're going to do a peanut butter pie. I thought, been a lot of conversation about it. I had a friend of mine that asked me to make her one, and I thought, why not? And you can't beat this pie. But I wanted to share this with you also. Hands down. So what I'm thinking about, before I forget, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Not that I would forget to welcome you to my channel being new, but if you're returning, I'm glad you came back. You're glutton for punishment, but you came back. And don't forget to, if you'd be so kind, to subscribe. It's down here. I think it's over here. And it's a big block, says subscribe on it. Hit the notification bell, that way you know when my videos come out. And I try to put out 2 videos a week. Doesn't always work, but I try. And, sometimes I put out 3. And things like that. Thumbs up, thumbs down. They do a couple of things, like I've said in the past few videos. They kind of let me know how I'm doing, and they get us out there into the other people's feeds. And that helps build our community, because ultimately we're trying to build a community in a good neighborhood through food, is what we're trying to do. This way we can make things, conversation starters, introductions to new neighbors, friends, invite people over. Now that that we're back in full swing with being out and ready to go from all the stay-at-home pandemic stuff, and things like that. Comments, I love comments. I try to respond to every single one. I do respond to every single one still at the moment. And just keep them civil. Be nice. It's okay to disagree. You don't have to. You can tell me that you didn't like this recipe at all. Just don't be a jerk about it. Think before you type, so to speak. So anyhow, peanut butter pie. I don't know how old this recipe is, but I know it's not brand new. It's been around for quite a long time. If you look them up online, there are several different recipes, but they don't really vary a whole lot. Most of them vary on the amount of butter or peanut butter to cream cheese, and even that's really not by much. So it's a pretty standard recipe across the board. You can do a variety of crusts with it, which is really awesome. Today we're going to do a graham cracker crust. You could do a chocolate graham cracker or Oreo cookie crust. You could do a regular crust. You can do any kind of crust you like to do with this pie. You could even do a vanilla wafer crust, which would be just as good. But today I'm doing graham cracker. That's what I think would go best with this. I could be wrong. But there are those options out there. That was the biggest difference in these pies, was what kind of crust were we making it with, what were we topping it with. The filling was all the same. So let me get down here to the counter, get you down here to the counter, so you can kind of see what's going on. I'll give you all your weights in cups, teaspoons, tablespoons, grams, and we'll go over what all you'll need, because you really won't need much. I'm not digging out the stand mixer today, nothing. So let me get you down here and we'll show you. All right, hold on for me 1 second. Okay, so some things we'll need to make this pie with. Like I said, crust wise, I'm using a graham cracker crust. I made this one, and it was just simply 14 graham crackers, whole graham crackers, or 196 grams worth of graham cracker, 7 tablespoons of melted butter, a tablespoon of sugar. I ran the graham crackers through the food processor. You could also just put them in a bag and smash the living daylights out of them with a rolling pin or a hammer or whatever it is you have readily available. Take your aggression out, mix it all together, form a pie crust, put it in the oven for 12 minutes at 350 degrees, let it cool to room temperature. I've done it in a couple other videos, I believe. If I can remember which ones, I definitely will leave a link down in the description for it. The other things you'll need tool-wise, you will need a scale. Scales are always important in baking. Hands down, and they're not expensive. That one was less than 20 bucks. You will need a couple bowls right here and something to mix this with. Now you could use a stand mixer, But I think lugging it out is kind of a waste of time for things we need. So I'm just going to use a hand mixer. Now you can even just mix this by hand if you wanted. Although I think it would take a fair amount of work, but you could use a spoon for that matter. So to make this, we are going to need a recipe, which I did not write down. That's how simple it is. So I will do my best to try to put these grams in by memory. It's not hard. It's literally 6 ingredients. So the first thing we're going to need is an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Mine's cut in half because I thought I was doing something else, and I only needed 4 ounces. But I need 8. So we're going to do 1 block, 8 ounce of cream cheese. That's at room temperature. You want that at room temperature. And to this, we're just going to put in 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, which is 94 grams. So proud of myself for remembering this. And put that in there. And you'll need a couple spatulas, I'm sure, along the way. Put that in there. And we will need 1 cup of creamy peanut butter of your choice, whatever it is you like, at 270 grams. I suppose you could use crunchy peanut butter. Don't use natural, though. None of the recipes I found called for the natural peanut butters. It was all the processed manufactured peanut butters that have the stabilizer in it so that it doesn't separate with the oil from the peanut. So, yeah, I mean, you could probably try it with natural peanut butter, but it might separate because we're not going to bake this. This is a no-bake recipe. But 1 cup, 270 grams of peanut butter. Put that in there, just like such. Put that in there. Yes, my fingers are clean. Quit yelling at me. Alright. Get this out of the way real quick. But I do need that. Now, all we're going to do is take our hand mixer and we're going to mix this all together until the cream cheese is smooth, until everything's smooth. Start out on low. If you don't, that powdered sugar will go everywhere in your kitchen. So, mix this till it's creamy, and when I come back, we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so we got this mixed. I mixed it for about 2 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't take long for cream cheese to go smooth when you cream it like this if it's at room temperature. You know, the key to cream cheese and baking is room temperature, hands down. You know, it's something you have to plan a little ahead for, like making a cheesecake. You know, you want to think to yourself, you know, okay, I'm making a cheesecake tomorrow, or I'm making a peanut butter pie tomorrow, or whatever involves cream cheese. And you want to go ahead and either set your cream cheese out like when you go to bed, or that morning when you first get up. You know, depending on when you're going to make it. You know, if you're not going to make it till the evening, set it out in the morning. And let it sit all day. Just cover it with saran wrap. That way, you know, it doesn't yellow. Because I have found cream cheese, if it sits out in the air, it will yellow. So, now we got all this cleaned up. You know, when baking it, just about everything should be at room temperature unless you're making like a whipped topping or, you know, things like that. And then you want cold stuff. So we'll give this a good mix up. And here's what we're looking at right here. You know, it's just a nice, it looks like a nice light frosting, peanut butter frosting, basically. It would almost be like a peanut butter frosting to some extent. If we were to add some heavy cream to this, which, speaking of which, we're going to do, sorta. If we were making a frosting with this, we'd literally just put a little bit of heavy cream in it until it becomes a little more spreadable or pipeable, although that's pretty spreadable in and of itself. But let me get some things rearranged here, get my blades cleaned off, and we'll use the other bowl to make whipped topping to combine with this. All right, be back in 1 second. Okay, we got A little more space here. Got the beaters cleaned on the old hand mixer here. So for this half of it, you're going to need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and you want this to be cold. I mean, like, pour your 1 cup in your measuring cup, put it right back in the fridge till you're ready to use it. Cold is the key to a good heavy whipping cream. And then to this, we're going to add, as soon as I get this out of here, want all that good heavy whipping cream out of there. We're going to add 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of vanilla extract. And then here's the key to a stabilized whipped topping that doesn't break down, which will actually help your pie last a little longer, is a 1/4 teaspoon or 1 gram of cream of tartar. Absolutely works wonders, and you can find it in every spice aisle known to man. We're going to put that in there. Alright, so now we're just going to beat this on high pretty much. On here it'll be 4, and then I'll take it to 5 until we get good stiff peaks. What the cream of tartar does is it allows you to not overbeat your heavy cream and turn it into butter, because then you'd have vanilla flavored butter if we didn't put that in there. But I'm going to go ahead and get this whipped, and when I come back I'll show you what they look like, and we'll combine the two. Alright, let that settle down. Pop our caps off there. Set one off to the side, and I'm just going to take one and kind of whip it real quick. See if that'll work. Actually, I'm going to get an actual whisk. There we go. I always find making whipped topping with the hand mixer, it makes it look weird until you hit it up with a whisk or something like that. If we were using the stand mixer, I would have just taken the whisk or the whisk attachment off. But here is our whipped topping, and that is a stiff peak, my friends. It is not going anywhere. So what we want to do with this is, because our peanut butter batter is, thick, we want to loosen it up a little bit. So we're going to take about half of this, we're going to put it in there like such, and just fold it in. Okay, we got this first half folded in. It's loosened up a little bit. It's lightened in color. Now all we got to do is take the rest of our whipped topping that we just made, and let's say you don't want to make whipped topping. Let's say you don't have whipping cream or whatever. You can just buy a thing of like Cool Whip and use it. And if you do that, you'll want 8 ounces, at least 8 ounces of Cool Whip to put in here. So I mean, in reality, you don't have to make anything from scratch. You wouldn't even have had to make that. I prefer my whipped topping over most. But you can put that in there and then just do the exact same thing we're doing now. So you could buy a store-bought pie crust, any flavor you like. Add in your powdered sugar, your peanut butter, and what was the third ingredient? Your powdered sugar, your peanut butter, and your cream cheese, all from the store. And really, other than maybe cream cheese, you should have peanut butter on hand. You should have, powdered sugar on hand. That comes in handy for a lot of different things. And you got a pie. I mean, you could literally make this pie. Let's say, you're sitting at home and mom and dad call and say they're coming over for supper unannounced, or you got friends that are about to come over and you just don't have time to make a good dessert or something to snack on. Boom, right here. This pie could really just take you like a whole 10 minutes. Store-bought crust, mix everything together with the pre-made whipped topping, and boom, you've got a pie. I mean, like in 5-10 minutes. The only thing we have left to do with this, now that we've got it nice and mixed up, is put it into our pie crust, and then we're going to let it chill. So we'll just put this in the pie crust. Now, I mean, we're going to let this chill in the fridge for, a couple hours. We want that cream cheese to firm back up a little bit. And, we've worked the devil out of all the ingredients. So we want to give it a chance to relax and, stiffen back up a little bit and get cold. You'll want to serve this cold. I mean, it can sit out room temperature by every stretch of the imagination. There are no eggs in this. Nothing that could hurt you, as far as that goes. But, it's best served, chilled at any rate. So what I'm going to do is, after I get this, smoothed out and even, we'll take a look at it real quick. And then we'll put it in the fridge to chill. And then when we're done letting it chill for a little while, a couple, 2, 3, 4 hours-ish, we'll come back and decorate it a little bit. Maybe put some chocolate on it, maybe a ganache. Ganaches are easy, they're fun. They take 2 minutes to make. And then maybe I'll make up a little more whipped topping and we can pipe that on there. Make it a little decoration, make it look fancy, so to speak. But I think that'll work right there. Let me get an offset spatula. And then, when we go to put our ganache on here and stuff, we'll talk about maybe some different ideas for toppings. Because the possibilities with this are endless. I mean, it's absolutely endless. And this isn't nearly as labor intensive as like the peanut butter cheesecake we made a few weeks back. But, let me get this out of the way right quick. There we are. All the same, a nice peanut butter pie fit for a king, without its toppings, of course. So what are we going to do? We're going to put this in the fridge, like I said, for about 4 hours. You're looking for it to set up and chill, so you're wanting it to firm up and be cold. And then you can serve it after that. You can put whatever toppings you like on it and serve it. So, let me get this in the fridge, and when I come back, we'll top this with a couple different things and try a piece. Alright, I'll see you here in just a minute. Alright guys, we let the peanut butter pie set and chill in the fridge for a little bit, and then I brought it out to let it, once it, stabilized and, set, we were able to bring it out to room, back out onto the counter and let it warm up a little bit. And then that way we can, cut us a piece. Now, I did learn a lesson. So I made some ganache and I ran out of semi-sweet chocolate chips, which is what you should use with it, and or like a semi-sweet bar or even bittersweet for that matter. Well, I was just shy of the half a cup of chocolate chips I needed to make this, so I put just a little bit of milk chocolate chips in it, and it caused it not to set. So the chocolate's a little runny. That's okay. This is just for us to eat, and I wanted some chocolate on it and a little bit of garnish. Now, the one that I made for my friend, I put a proper chocolate ganache on, along with some peanut butter chocolate chips, peanut butter chips, which I'm out of, and Reese cups on the top. So that was a much cleaner look. But this one is just for us. It's okay that I screwed it up a little bit. But let me get you down here. We'll take a look at it. Still looks pretty all the same. Sorry. But there is our finished product all the same. Just a few peanuts on top and some chocolate. Keep it simple this time. So let's cut into it and see how it holds. My skills with a graham cracker crust can be fair at best at times, I fear. First piece cut there. Come around here. Cut into the second side. Set our knife down. I always forget to get something out. This time I forgot a couple things. I didn't get a knife either. First piece is always the biggest pain in the butt. See how she comes out. Alright, not too shabby for being first piece. But there we are, right there. Yeah, it's a little runny due to the fact it's been sitting out, but that's alright. That's alright. We're going to give it a shot all the same. I am going to put that back in the fridge right quick. Oh. Alright, that's back in the fridge. Now it's time to just take us a bite. See how it tastes. Wow. I know it looks good. It smells like just flat out peanut butter. Yeah. You really have to like peanut butter. Which I do, so it's okay. That's super creamy. I mean, super duper creamy. I like it. I brought it up to room temp. I think I should have left it refrigerated. Although, yeah, that's good. I would like to try this with a chocolate crust versus a graham cracker, but it's good enough. I'm gonna sit here and eat the whole piece in front of you. I like that. That's good. It definitely, if you like peanut butter, that is a peanut butter pie. Which, luckily for me, I like peanut butter. But anyhow, like I said, next time, I think I'm going to try it with the chocolate crust. Yeah, and I'll let you know when that happens and how it turns out. Although the graham cracker crust is phenomenal, and the fact it stayed together makes me very happy. I really struggle with the graham cracker crust sometimes, and I'm not sure why. Although I did find if I don't do it all in the food processor and I mix the butter in with my hands to ensure everything gets coated, much like this time, it holds better. That was what I was struggling with, was getting an even consistency on the butter throughout the crust. But anyhow, I'm going to keep this recipe, and that's a good pie. I definitely like it. So, that being said, give this a try. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't like it. It's definitely peanut buttery. It's definitely super creamy. Easy to make. I don't see a thing wrong with the way this pie makes. Well, you don't bake it. For a no-bake pie, I think it's fantastic. So, give it a try. And let me know. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't. I'll have the ingredients list down at the bottom underneath in the description. So that way you'll have the ingredients list. And all you have to do is watch the video to find out how to put it together. Check us out on Facebook, Mr. Smith's Kitchen. It's an awesome group. We're small but mighty. And we're always posting dinner ideas, baking ideas, things like that on there. And it's a lot of fun. And if you ever have any questions or concerns, you can ask them there. Like I said before, you can leave me a comment down below. Next week, I have no idea what we're going to make yet or do as far as dinner or dessert go. But I'm sure we'll get into something, hands down, and take it from there. All right? I love you. I love you very much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Make this pie. Try it with somebody else. Tell them that you love them and love them very much, and they'll know it because this pie is good. They'll be like, oh, obviously he loves me, or she loves me. the pie tastes fantastic. You know, they're willing to share this with me. So anyhow, till next week, I love you. I'll see you then. All right, talk to you later. Bye.